Unfortunate internet connections, the lobby froze and then, yeah, but I am back. Has anything happened here? I'll be quickly sharing this link back out. As Fretty looks to be getting up behind Drapes here. Oh, it's close. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. It's Infinite Glory. He spun and was already last by quite some distance. Has gone round, I believe. As Fretty looks to he gets close behind Drapes. No DRS available, obviously. As I look to get this up. As Fretty getting close up behind Drapes here. As Fretty, No Fandangle and Drapes are all within around a second of each other, obviously fluctuating all the time. As Infinite Glory retires from the session in the pit lane. No surprise really, sadly to say, but his race just sadly didn't go the way he planned as Freefall makes a move into P8. But we are fixated on this battle for the lead here. A three-way battle for first base with Drapes, Fretty and No Fandango. And 4-star isn't miles away. This race could easily come down to penalties if they struggle to keep it on the tarmac. As Drapes looks to have pulled a bit of a gap here, coming through into sector 3. We're just sort of sat on this battle here really, because with these weather conditions it's hard to make up positions. McConey now also getting somewhat close to Arjaka, who him taking out the fuel here has probably worked getting himself up to P6, Freefall up to P8 who started P19. He keeps going to have a possible driver of the day incoming, as No Fandangle won't be close enough, I don't feel, to Fretty to make a move. A man who might be close enough is McConey if he gets a nice exit. Coming through into turn 1 here, it's not a great camera angle, so we'll get on Jacko's camera angle. Doesn't go for a move here, as Craigo comes into the pit lane. McConey looking to have a go here. into turn 2 and 3. On his left hand side, we'll have to go the long way round Jacko if he wants the position. Jacko leaving him just about enough room as McConey looks to get a good exit, which he does using that ERS that he doesn't really have to fight with. Neither does Jacko as they go side by side into turn 4. Ooh, got very close there, as we're seeing a few drivers change onto hard and medium compound tyres. I don't think it's quite ready yet. Liverpool fan looks to be leaving the pit lane quite gingerly. We'll see how Craigo fares through here. Yet, fair to say, I don't think it's quite right for the slick tyres, as CRL Panda picks up a 3-second penalty. Meanwhile, Jacko managed to get back past McConey, but McConey looks to possibly have a go here, or maybe into turn 3 again. He's closing all the time on Jacko, but I don't think he's quite got enough. Jacko with less ERS though, so if McConey gets the better exit out of turn 3, which he may do, he'll have the ERS to play with. Is he close enough to Jacko? We'll get a lovely angle here at the back of Jacko's Alpha Tauri, as McConey doesn't quite go for a move unless Jacko leaves the door open. She did a little bit, but not enough for McConey here. Oh, McConey may look for a move here. He does not, but if he gets a nice exit, he's right up behind that Alpha Tauri. But Freefall's not far away either with his wet setup he told me he has. McConey doesn't look to go here, will look to go into turn 3 again on Jacko. Gets the ERS activated, but Jacko gets a lovely line through turn 1 there. Now Freefall may look to have a go into turn 4. The Scotsman, who's currently 4th in tier 3. McConey now actually the one to go on the aggressive here. Round the outside of Jacko into turn 4, leave enough space. He does. A bit of wheel banging there, but it's all fair. And McConey just about gets past Jacko. Freefall now will be looking to have a sniff at our Jacko. Freefall, the Flying Scotsman, is shaping up a move all the time on Jacko. He's got loads of VRS to play with, does Freefall. Got it in the bucket load. As he deploys it now, up behind Jacko, the Flying Scotsman not quite goes down the inside into turn 1, or as he slightly loses it up the hill now into turn 3. Will Jacko go defensive? I assume he will. Right up behind him. Freefall looks to go round the outside into turn 4. Will he get it done before? He does not. Jacko also using that ERS. It's blinking as Freefall all round the outside of our Jacko. Will he make it stick around the outside of turn 4? He does. Lovely move from Freefall. And now he may look to now catch McConey and pull away from Jacko. Obviously, with all this battling from Freefall and Jacko, McConey has now built himself a 1.8 second gap to Freefall behind. If he can just manage that until the pit stop, the crossover phase, and it looks quite dry now. Deluxey, the next driver by the way to come in, came in for mediums. On my screen there's no rain and there's no spray. It looks like it's almost time for those dry tyres. A bit of spray through sector 1 and 2 there, you can see coming off the medium inters. You can't really see much coming off those slick tyres really. Always CRL Panda loses out to Paradox and Red Sky, who now go side by side into turn 3. Paradox gets the job done into turn 3. Red Sky, ooh, bit of a nudge there from Paradox onto Red Sky. Bit of an aggressive sweep as there's yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Who's that? Is that Krager on the hards? It is indeed. He may have had a spin possibly. DRS has been enabled. It's that crossover point. Drivers like that Roland and Faker may have got it perfect, as we now see Drapes and Forster in. There's yellow flags in sector 3, they're gone now. Again yellow flags in sector 3 I believe for drivers pitting. Or as Krago retires, where on, is that on track? Or is that coming into the pit lane? It's coming into the pit lane, obviously he's had enough of this race. And to be fair to him, I don't blame him, it's not really fallen for him here. But now for Jacko, will he be able to re-jump Freefall and Marconi by doing this extra lap on mediums? This is where it gets interesting. We're seeing an array of tyre compounds come out here. Seeing a few softs, a few mediums and a hard from JD. Personally, I think from here mediums will go to the end. Forster on the softs, maybe looking to stretch those softs as long as possible. Make up the ground now and defend later possibly. I expect to see Fretty, yep, Fandangle, Marconi, Freefall all come in as Drapes gets a 3-second penalty. As no Fandangle, yet makes the speed limit. I expect all these drivers to be honest, they're good enough quality. Is that Freefall staying on? Oh no, it was Liverpool fan who's a lap down, my bad. Liverpool fan up to the line, yeah, makes his time. Fretty, who is out behind Drapes, but Drapes with that 3-second penalty, now at a disadvantage to Fretty. Forster jumping no Fandangle, Marconi and Freefall. That Roland gets a 3-second penalty, have been jumped by Jacko, I believe, or Jacko's only jumped. No, he has jumped Marconi, so that extra lap on medium compound tyres. No, oh, it's going to be close into turn 3. Will Jacko go for the move? He looks to go for the move and then decides otherwise, goes deep into turn 3, which leaves Freefall this time. He's on soft compound tyres as well, obviously believes he can take those 20 laps. He gets past Jacko now. So all that hard work Jacko did on that extra lap on the mediums has all gone to waste now. As he looks to go down the inside into turn 4 though, all very close. Got to leave room as Jacko sorts of loses the back ends a bit there. And that's the giveaway position as Red Sky gets past Chris Panda in P11. But what I'm looking at now is Forster on these soft tyres. Will obviously be looking as he sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix to get the most out of these now. Same with Freefall, who may have a look at Marconi into turn 1 as that guy Drapes gets another 3-second penalty. But here we are with Freefall. He's shaping up a move on Marconi. Will he go to the inside, the outside? He looks to go to the inside of turn 1. Oh, is this contact? And they both skip over. This gives Jacko the perfect opportunity to get a run on them both here. But is there enough space to go 3 wide? No, there's not, as Jacko gets in between. If he gets this move done, this could be... That's a beautiful move from Jacko if he keeps it. He does. Marconi the big loser there. Freefall gets a better exit. This is a great battle as Freefall now gets back past Jacko. Jacko now maybe having a look into T4. No, thinks better of it. Marconi goes deep. What a battle, by the way. And Jacko also has a 3-second penalty. That Roland picking up another 3 seconds. No Fandangle picking up 3 seconds. Piero losing out to Red Sky for P10. This has been some battle over P6. as we get a go Fretty in the chat. Well, if he manages to hold off Forster enough to where those soft compound tyres are no longer better than the mediums, and he just stays within, what, 6 seconds now of that guy Drapes, he will be in to win this race. Quickly flip back to Jacko, who's looking to go down the inside of McConey into turn 3. These have been battling all race, and it's been a lovely battle to watch, and he gets the job done there, as Forster now sat almost right behind that rear wing of Fretty, as McConey gets Jacko back turn 4, and they keep swapping positions these two, but I'm going to look at Forster here as he looks to get a run on Fretty. Will Fretty shut the door on him into turn 1, go defensive? I expect so. He doesn't get the move done, but he may look to use that ERS up the hill with the DRS into turn 3. Will he look to have a go? He won't, but another detection point and another DRS zone into turn 4. A bit further away this time, not as much ERS to play with. Fretty using lots of his to attack, forced to use most of his to attack, sorry, Fretty using a lot of his to defend here. And while these two are battling, it allows Drapes just to pull the gap away slowly in front. Jacko, meanwhile, has just fallen off McConey a bit here. Maybe there's a bit of an instant as he picks up another 3-second penalty. Meanwhile, as Forster now looks to have another go at Fretty as Drapes at fastest lap of the race, a 107.9 I believe I saw there. Forster going to have a look if he gets a good enough run, which he does. He's closing all the time, but he doesn't have the ERS. Well, this stream's been a shambles, I can't lie. But it doesn't go for a move into turn 3. Now, will he have a go into turn 4? I don't think so. I don't think he'll be close enough. He's not. And Fretty's just sitting there, almost trying to waste Forster's soft compound tyres in the dirty air, to a point where at that point his mediums are better, and then can just stay within that 6 seconds of Drapes, which he is at the moment, but he's dropping away all the time as Forster is right up behind him, almost pushing him around the penultimate corner. Forster having to take a bit of a different line through the final corner, otherwise he would have hit Fretty here. Great battling from the leaders here. There's been great battling all over the track, to be honest. As Freefall now sets the fastest lap of the race on those soft compound tyres. Fretty went defensive as Forster looks to maybe get a bit of a switch back. No, won't be close enough. Oh, gets a big snap out of turn 3. Very easy to, especially with the cold track conditions here. Forster still not being shaken by Fretty. Still nice and close, and these have been battling lap after lap. Won't be close enough to go into turn 1, but if he gets a good enough exit, we'll be able to go into turn 2. As there's a yellow flag in the middle sector, and it is our Jacko who's got left end plate damage. Poor for him, sadly. He was up there battling in P6 at one point with Freefall and McConey, and now sees himself P12, and most likely with a pit stop, which he does come in for now. Freefall, by the way, up to P5 now. Forster won't be close enough again going into turn 4 here, sadly. Lap after lap though, Forster is getting a great run through sector 2 and 3 to stay right behind Fretti, who maybe just has less downforce than Forster on his car, meaning that he has a better straight line speed. But here we go, Forster right up behind him again. Will he look to go into turn 1? Fretti moves defensive. These two currently the clear first to be honest, in the Drivers' Championship, so whoever finishes higher in this race will be the leader going into the Easter break here almost, as Forster gets the move done into turn 3 around the outside of Fretti, using that ERS now to try to defend Fretti, using the DRS and his ERS as he looks to go around the outside of turn 4, gets the move done back on Forster as Piero's into the pit lane. Fretti able to, even though he lost that position, keep his head down, keep going, get that position back. But Drapes here has pretty much pulled out his 6-second gap to be able to maintain the lead after penalties are applied, if he's not had any more, which he has not as of yet. Because Forster and Fretti are battling almost too much if they're wanting to catch Drapes at this point. Obviously when you're championship rivals, you put everything on the line. Oh, as they leave each other enough space. Well in, lads. Fight tooth and nail, because all these little battles, these little victories almost, what decides the championship. As Forster is not going to be close enough into turn 4, I believe. By the way, well into Scott, Mr. Freefall. He's moved up 14 positions from P19 on the grid to P5. Made a great run on those intermediate tyres as Deluxe sets fast lap of the race at 106.8 on those medium tyres. 10 to hold mediums to be fair as well, getting those nice and in the sweet spot to set fast times. As Forster looks to maybe have a go on Fretti again here. Forster seeming to have the similar situation every lap where he's too close to Fretti and bit on better tyres to almost take it normally, meaning he has to take a obstructed line, which sort of ruins his run into turn 1 almost. But not into turn 3 here, as he looks to go around the outside once again of Fretti, but Fretti's still there. He's going to have to leave the space. He does leave the space, go a bit deeper. Who has the DRS? It will be Fretti. He has the DRS and the ERS there, almost side by side. Who will be closer into turn 4? It will be Fretti, who brakes later, locks up, but gets that move done. Now, this is what you want to see from a championship battle. You know, pretty much side by side with each other at almost any opportunity possible. You know, trying to battle away. And, you know, these drivers will want to beat each other more than anything, just to prove that they are almost the quicker driver. Proving that they are more skilled almost before this break, because having that week off knowing that you are the league leader in your tier, it'll bring you confidence almost. As Red Sky pits off those 10 uphold softs onto maybe another pair of fresh pair of softs, which he does have, if he does have them even, which he does. Forster, by the way, not close enough here as you saw on screen to have a go on Fretti. Maybe Fretti's just being able to break that gap that he needs to break, which he may know he needs to break each lap to be able to be comfortable. But Forster gets such a good run through sector 2 and 3 just to be able to stick with him lap by lap. And by the way, as he looks like he will be coming into the pit lane to get rid of those soft compound tyres. So now Fretty will be looking to get the hammer down and get within those 6 seconds of Drapes to put him in a position to win this Grand Prix. But for Forster, where will this leave him? McConey still yet to come round as well. Maybe Paradox, I'm not sure. I don't think he will, or he might, you know. Paradox will beat Forster out, who comes out on another pair of soft compound tyres. So maybe looking just to now push back on through the pack, as he looks, no, doesn't go for the move on Paradox here, but will look to get DRS and a good run on him here into turn 4. He is going to make the move on the straight before the braking zone. He does. Let's have a look at Koga, who's closing on free fall, who's on those 10 lap old softs. Maybe he will be in as well at the end of this lap, trying to do, yes, he is going to be in. Very awkward pit lane here, very easy to create a collision if both drivers aren't switched on. As, by the way, Drapes has pulled out another 3 tenths or so on Fretty here. It's free fall pits for a new pair of soft compound tyres as well as Warrior Huntsman is in. That Roland, will he beat free fall out? I assume so. Or it'll be close, you know. No, free fall will beat him out. Bring him out in P8. Now he'll be looking to close the gap here and just push his way back up the grid. But from now on for Drapes, it's can he manage the gaps and can he manage the penalties? Is Jacko and Warrior Huntsman battle coming out of the pit lane? I kind of want to check the warning situation for that guy Drapes. See if he might only be 1 or 2 warnings away here from the next penalty up. And that would be huge, as he actually gets DRS off some back markers who are battling here. That is Deluxey, who then goes deep into that corner. As someone who's sadly quite used to having to deal with these ghosted AI, or not AI, other drivers, it can be quite a pain to spot your braking zone maybe. And all it takes is Drapes to miss his braking marker by a couple of meters and he could be in the sand here, as Craigo has left the session after he DNF'd in the pit lane earlier on. Forster now maybe looking to have a go on McConey. I'll get on board with him as it gives me a better angle. McConey with no ERS to battle with Forster with not much. Looks to go around the outside. No contact, I believe. No Albon and Lewis situation as they battle side by side now into the middle sector. And Forster has got the job done on the Mercedes driver, but McConey won't be giving it up that easily. He will look to come back at him, but Forster's just got the pace on those fresh soft compound tyres to get away. No Fandangles in off 12 lap on mediums. Only 6 laps to go. Maybe he's going for a fastest lap attempt. Maybe he just felt that a fresh pair of softs if he comes in for softs. Smarter option. It's a front wing change, so he's obviously had some sort of incident that I haven't picked up and gone thinking that he's going to gain more time back by changing the new front wing, getting a fresh pair of softs on than being on those older mediums with damage maybe. Meanwhile, Fretty's dropped the gap to 7.2 seconds, and with the penalty still only at 6 seconds, it's going to be close for these last 6 laps. Drapes with not a lot of VRS to burn here, and obviously a lap old mediums, whereas Fretty's obviously got the lap less older mediums and no penalty, so as a flood of 3-second penalties come in there. Fretty here just has to think, use the ERS wisely, don't get any penalties, and Bob's your uncle. If he can close the gap, which he is consistently between now and the end of the Grand Prix, he will be in for a P1 finish. As Liverpool fan resides in the pit lane. Go now gets 3-second penalty, which means Forster only has to drop a few more attempts to him on those fresh softs, which he most likely will. Fretty, he's the man we've got to look out for here, really. He's just got to get this gap down now. It's going to be a race based on penalties, which we've seen in the past across most of the tiers. I'm going to get, hopefully this Renault coming out the pit lane of Liverpool fan just gets out the way of everyone so there's no incidents. It looks like he has. Hopefully no safety car or virtual safety car. It doesn't seem to be. As Fretty now. The gap stayed about the same this lap, if not it's gone up a little bit, so this could get interesting if Drapes doesn't get another penalty. Oh, I thought that said Drapes then. It's that Roland who gets another 3 seconds. He's got a fair few penalties as well. Yeah, 15 seconds for that Roland, 9 for our Jacko. As Fretty's suddenly got the gap down by about 6 tenths there. Nice and sunny all of a sudden, by the way, here in Austria. Lovely Austrian day. But Fretty, with 4 laps to go, will be giving everything, and so will Drapes. But Drapes obviously has the pressure of, you know, he's got to keep the car on track now because there's another 3-second penalty, and that's him done. He will not be winning this Grand Prix. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. It is it? It is CRL Panda who has got right end plate damage. That is a shame to see for Mr. Panda. As Forster also, by the way, looks to have a go into turn 1 on Koga. Those fresh softs against the old mediums will get the job done before turn 1. But will Forster be able to get that gap down now to Fretty? He may be looking to try to get within 9 seconds of Drapes in the hopes that Drapes gets another 3-second penalty. Fretty definitely will be hoping that Drapes gets another 3-second penalty here. Look at that gap, it's down to 3 tenths with 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go, or 3 laps to go still with lap 36 itself. And Fretty's got this gap close. As this will give Fretty DRS now. This might be the extra help he needs. He's now broken within that 6-second window, Fretty. He's done very well considering he's at 8.5 not that long ago. He's got the gap down to what? 5.9, as that running gets 5 seconds for corner cuts. That must have been a major corner cut. As there's a yellow flag in sector 1. Who's gone? It's Piero. He's done no damage for him. As Drapes and Fretty keep battling over these couple of tenths. It's going to be close here on the penultimate lap and the final lap. It will be very close. If that Roland retires in the pit lane, it wasn't a great day for him. Fretty being smart here, trying to get that DRS off. I believe it is CRL Panda. It is indeed. Getting a toe. This is going to be close, I can tell you that. Last lap. what's the Drake situation like? Not a lot of VRS. Fretty's got a bit more. With 1 lap to go, the gap is around 2 tenths. ERS blasting it probably from both of these cars. Everything they have left now. Everything on the line from Fretty. That guy Drapes will just be hoping not to pick up another 9-second penalty. It's going to be close. Will Fretty get the DRS off Panda here as Freefall gets the 3-second penalty? Fretty getting a good launch into turn 4. He'll just need a good entry and exit and keep it clean for the rest of the lap. He's within the 6 seconds here. As it's CRL Panda. Oh, this is going to be well close, you know. Oh, it drops back within 6 seconds. This is just fluctuating all the time here. Here we go. Faker with a 3-second penalty. Just double check. It is still 6. This is going to be so close now between. Oh, he's fully commit from Fretty. No penalty there. Fretty coming up across the line. He's not going to do it, is he? Oh, it's only 0.04 the gap. That running wide and loss in the penultimate corner has cost him there. The race win from Drapes. Then Fretty, then Forster. Koga into 4th. McConey into 5th. Good day for Mercedes. Paradox and Freefall 6th and 7th on track. Red Sky in 8th. No Fandangle 9th. Warrior Huntsman and Warrior Huntsman round out the top 10. Piero currently 11th. What about penalty situation? Chris Panda finishing a lap down as he leaves the session. As Deluxe actually moves up to 12 due to penalties here, and that's it. As I will now be offering let's see if there are interviews. Fretty will be joining us, I believe. Let's see if we can hear from Forster and that guy Drapes. As it's suddenly raining again. But there is your top 3. That guy Drapes, Fretty and Forster. This will be giving Fretty that championship lead going into our Easter 1 week break. Let's see if I can get these boys in the party for post-race interviews. Let's see if we can get our top 3 here. Sadly, due to connectivity issues, I've had issues tonight with this stream and my voice connection, but at least I'll be able to get interviews. I try showing the action best as I can, as we are joined by Forster, who finished in P3 tonight. How are you doing, my man? Oh, I believe we'll see what's happening here. As apparently it's boosting. Great. Let's try this again. Let's see if I can re-invite him. As Fretty joins, let's see if this wants to work. Fretty, mate. Second place, if you could. I wonder if the audio will work here. Fretty, hello, mate. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Yeah, well, good, all things considered.
Yeah. I was going to say you got a mega start from P5, to be fair, up into, what was it, P2 at the time?
I think P3 before turn 1, and then P2 on following straight, yeah. Took a bit of grass to get P2.
Yeah, it's a great start. I said just beforehand that I wasn't expecting you to be able to get past Forster before the end of turns 1 and 2, and to be fair, you proved me wrong. Fair play. As the man himself joins, there we go. I've had connectivity issues as well all night, mate, so I think it's just PlayStation. Lovely. Well, anyway, mate, how are you feeling after that? I had a feeling you were going to say that.
I thought I was in about third anyway, and the game said go soft, soft. So I thought, well, I'll go with it, give it a go, and then of course got stuck behind my best friend.
Yeah, it's good. I was saying before I had issues with my mic on the commentary that you two just seem to have a bit of a ding dong all night between you two, to be fair, and it was great to watch, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the first battle we've actually had on track, really. I think normally we've kind of finished next to each other, but not actually been
not been side by
normally
side
I don't
like
see you
that.
the whole race, and then you're like either one position in front of me or one behind me. So.
Yeah, exactly. We just appear, don't we?
Just appear up there week in, week out. And to be fair, it's got you to this point in the season where you two are now 1 and 2 going into our Easter break, our 1 week off.
Yeah, I think both of us probably seem to stay out of penalties and out of trouble as well. I don't think there's many races we've sort of been in the pits early or anything like that. So.
No, exactly. That's half the battle, I think. I said before, we've got some real quick guys in with us. They just can't seem to get a race together for whatever reason. So, yeah, it certainly helps.
Yeah, it does indeed, obviously, and that just obviously you two battling almost cost you the race, Freddie. To this man, Drapes. How are you feeling, mate, with that race win? Right at the end there, that gap right at the end was fluctuating between that 6 second mark the whole time. I was like, all he has to do is keep it on the black stuff and he will be fine. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, and obviously later on in the race we had or a bit earlier on before that we had Fretty and Forster battling, and it brought the gap out to about 8.2 after Forster came out in the pit lane. So I bet you're feeling a bit comfortable at that point. Yeah.
Yeah. Quite a while was the
side
answer.
by side for about 4 or 5 laps on over and over again. Yeah, gaps were quite close, and you seemed to pick those penalties up quite quickly. So I was wondering if maybe struggling for a bit of grip on those medium tyres on the drying circuit, you know, not struggling to keep it on track almost. And luckily, you managed to get it under control quick enough that it didn't really affect you for the rest of the race right until the end. So managed. No, it seemed to equal out a bit. I saw that. Well, this result boosts you quite high up in now in our championship standings, which I bet you're quite happy about. So yeah, how the cookie crumbles. I was going to say, is this a track that you've done a lot of practice on, or is it just it all came together, all just come together? And the race. Your way, yeah, basically. And you've come in and sort of ruined the party for Forster and Freddie here. We were battling right at the top, and then you've come in and ruined the party and come in and. Yeah. Yeah, I bet it is, and obviously that's what you've enjoyed obviously tonight, and fair play to you. But you looking to build now for the rest of the season, just get yourself up as high as you can in the standings, or you just this is your like shining moment. This is your shining moment. Yeah, it is, and then we got Catalonia the week after. Yeah. Great community. In the name, mate. In the name. It's all rewarding. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you seem to manage it quite well in the rain, and then from the dries it went from there. Obviously, everyone else sort of got close to each other, battled, and you just sort of you'd done your hard work in the rain and managed to just preserve it in the dry. So well done to you, and I'll let you go and enjoy your evening. Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Forster, anything you'd like to say before I let you go as well?
No, not at all. Just well done, everyone. Just good racing again.
And you, Freddie, any words for Forster maybe before our week break?
Just a quick word on setups. Yeah, mine. I think mine was a dry setup. I was
yeah,
donated it by my Mercedes teammates.
The Mercedes group chat.
At about 7:25. So I'd done no laps on that setup before qualifying.
To repeat his words. He said, "Anyone have a full setup for charity at 7:26?
Yeah, I had a weird glitch going out for my first run in Q1. I still had pedals and steering, but I had no buttons whatsoever on the wheel, so I had no shifting, no pause, nothing. So I sort of just had to reset the wheel and hope I didn't hit anyone. Get back in, went out on the same tyres, and actually set, I think, my best lap in Q1, and then it got a bit sort of
quite weird
as I
tonight.
sort of
In Q3, the pace seemed to get a bit slower across.
Yeah, my laps got messier and messier through Q1, 2 and 3. Well, it's such a short lap as well. You struggle to find really anywhere to improve. So I think you just end up sort of overdriving a little bit. And...
Yeah, it's close all over the shop tonight. Mm. 103.3. 103.3. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty used to qualifying around 17th these days.
Yeah, that's normal.
Nice to do something different.
You still went from about 5th to 3rd on the first lap, didn't you?
Yeah, I could actually see the lights this time.
Well, I'm going to let you boys get off for your evenings, and hope you enjoy yourselves, and we'll see you not next Monday but the following Monday for Circuit de Catalunya. Oh, Thursday. Well, I race on the Monday. This is why I'm confused. Oh god. Mate, it's so confusing. I'm brain's slow. Anyway, we'll see you not next Thursday, the Thursday after. Hope you all enjoy your Easters, and then we'll see you all for Catalunya.
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, guys. Thank you.